guess we'll ask about my focus first.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Something tells me there's more to this than she's letting on. We'll keep listening.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Oh.
Huh? Start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune.
How so?
First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise.
Like the first painting I saw. The woman playing music and the woman reading the letter. I should probably stop talking while she's talking. I'm sorry.
Step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had murdered clones as she well know.
The others.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were. Certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a
Just
colony
like Ted Pharaoh.
where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Zeniths' original vision.
What was their original
A
vision?
better future for humanity.
Alright, let's ask those.
How do you know about Sylens' plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spying.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much.
Oh,
He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tenakth rebels, and the secret pact with Regalla to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work.
guess we'll have to ask him ourselves
With
when we
it,
see
the
him.
Tenakth army. Victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Tenakth.
Regalla's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Sylens' brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tenakth are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
This was everything she was. I see in you, and your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the
What?
time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Gaia.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized She knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
Yes, I have a feeling. You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task.
Probably the rest of the subcomponents they
They
have.
will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
It's a bit of work, if you ask me.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. But you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event.
An earthquake?
We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made the mission in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access. When Sylens flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
First Varl. Now Regalla ran the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
What if it doesn't have to be this way this time?
Looks impossible. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
Where is she? There.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold on a while longer and work on the march.
That's gonna come into important play later on.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Sylens' army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regalla and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Oh, yeah.
Will be Sylens' only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regalla's rebellion. From the air.
The sun wings.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth.
A specter? No,
The
that's
ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regalla's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Sylens to the table.
Not if. When.
Because it's gonna happen.
Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you.
Hi.
Good to hear your voice, Aloy.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey, can I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regalla is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
I mean,
Talo's right. We must.
You're both right.
All right, so what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regalla's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that.
Huh?
So.
She's probably taking...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith air... The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me. One of them? Well, at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now? We're going to defeat the Zeniths and get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regalla.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regalla's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
Of course.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
You too, buddy. I'll be there
The rest
soon.
of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it.
Right.
It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths. We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Of course.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Poor Erend.
Before
He's
I
been
do
through
anything
so
else, I should
much.
check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Lost a sister. Almost lost a... I don't blame him for being so stingy in this.
This room looks different. And that hologram looks like a cauldron symbol. Gaia's doing, probably.
Kappa. I gotta override a Sunwing. There's some outside the base. Should probably stop, but I'm not gonna just yet. Not until I get that Sunwing. Do I need to go to the fabrication terminal? Varl, he was one of our closest friends in the last game. So I need a bellow for the bellow bag. How do I get all these? I just need the tusks. I got 2 primary nerves. Guess the override's already available to me. That's right, I had to restart before I went to Chi because it was bugged. I couldn't. Let's talk to Zoe real quick. She's in a bad way right now, poor girl.
Over here, Aloy.
Hey, you doing alright?
We would come out here to tend to the garden.
You and Varl?
Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here.
Oh,
Now he can always look out at plain sun.
yeah. Yeah.
Further east, to the Nora sacred lands.
It's
He
home.
would have liked that. He often spoke of his sister, Varl.
Yeah. Good
He
old
said she
Varl.
used to gather her favorite golden blooms
Her
and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Varl was stubborn.
Yeah, we haven't really
She seemed like that. It wasn't easy.
seen or heard a whole lot about their mother this game.
Gathered its seeds.
Alright, you guys like doing stuff with seeds. Don't take offense to that. Aloy looks like she's on the verge of tears.
From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy.
What? I'm sorry.
I was
Did
going
I?
to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day,
Oh my
I'll bring our
gosh.
child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise. And I forgot to tell him. To thank him for saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on him. He always knew. Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them.
He was one of our first friends. It was first Teb, then Vala. So,
I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear.
oh.
I know I use it on the sunring, and get ready for an entrance Regalla will never forget.
That's the spirit, Aloy. Craft a Sunwing override.
Yeah.
So yeah, first Teb, then Vala, I guess maybe Erend and Olin, or somewhere along there in between. Then Varl and his mom. The rest of them came.
Now I found a
All these
sunlight.
guys.
I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I need to find a sunlight to override. Better head up the mountain.
I really love this new element, this new bow. If I could find a better way to utilize the plasma when it builds up, I would, but I'm always getting, you know, slammed around by machines when I do. So, which one of you will be which one of you will be my new friend?
Good. There are sunrings up here. I'll have to approach them quietly.
I guess we'll go with. That one looks quite proud. That one looks lonely. That one looks
I
solitary.
can't avoid the machine until I find the right cauldron.
Alright, big fella.
Got it.
Let's ride.
This is it. I'm in the air.
Pull up, pull up, pull up! Obtain Sunwing call.
Whoa! Head rush. Tilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tolnex. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
Ah, Shining Wastes one. Quite a view from up here, huh?
There's a Tolmec. Need to get on top of its head.
Da 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 da.
I don't know how to land this thing.
Da 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 da. Oh boy, looks like he's being pestered, poor thing. Alright.
Negative. Just center of it. Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regalla's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
Whoa! I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Let's fly. Fashion for a second. See, this thing's quite a tank inside.
There's the energy cell. Right on the Titan's back. Got to say. Now on to the grove. This from Tenakth should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from the Horus and fly to. It'll be useful. Even after I deal with Regalla. See if we can't find a stopping point, because I trust my systems too much. I mean, I don't think I've really been on all that long, in reality. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. I'm marching. We stop Regalla first. Aloy. Get them all between all the big ones, that would be helpful.
Regalla's inside. Kara will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
I gotta drop it now. Here it goes.
Bombs away! We're off right.
Is that... It's Aloy! She flies on the wings of the Tenakth. The tide has turned! Push through!
Gotta find Regalla and stop her.
End of the line, Hakaru. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regalla!
Hello? Did y'all miss me?
Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Then I'm not gonna ride a machine.
So that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
Come on. Into the arena.
They spotted me.
You're all right?
What the? How did I manage that? Oh. Fire and
Don't give
plasma?
up the pain. Use it.
Yes, it is. I got both to spare.
Face me, coward! You will.
Electric plasma. Hit her with plasma. Ooh. That did something.
Alright, so that's how it's gonna be.
The rains will wash your filth from the land.
Oh, she's got explosive spikes too. Multiple ones.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, it is.
Take the honor. Live on as a memory. This is no way to fight!
I gotta melt her armor off somehow. If possible. Use tear arrows. Almost completely bare. Maybe just a little bit more acid. There we go. Now she's without armor.
When you're beaten, all will see you for the cause. You think you can defeat me like this? Child of the weak!
One more. That'll do it. Ooh. That's the last thing you'll do to me, bitch. Gotcha. And now we end this Regalla.
Here I am again, on my knees before bootlets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
Tolo. How dare you spit at my friend?
It was you who flew in on the wings of the Ten. You who challenged her. By our rights, you must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse. She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die.
This isn't easy.
You led a rebellion that tore a tribe apart. All for bloodlust and revenge. Maybe the only thing you deserve is to die right here. Or maybe that fury can be directed at the real enemy.
You want to ally with her? How can you even trust her?
Despite all that she's done, she's never been one to break her word.
Will she give it?
I won't beg for my life. Decide.
I'm killing her.
After all that you've done, I can't let you live.
Finally.
Ooh, Katalo. that I got to do it, but okay.
There. Blood for blood.
Guess that's over then.
Can I rewind real quick to see
Chief,
what the other choice
there's
is?
something you both need to see. In the throne room.
Huh? Nazarian?
He surrendered to our guards outside the grove. Claims he has an urgent message for the Outlander who defeated Regalla.
So, state it.
It's for her alone.
It's okay, it's okay.
From an interested party.
Sylens. It has to be.
I'm gonna need some privacy.
Clear the room. Put him with the rest of Regalla's soldiers.
I'll see you back at base.
You saved the tribe. Letting you help you with your mission.
No.
What? It'd be nice to have
Regalla,
him.
you have a chance to build the future you dreamed of. So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this. Regalla's bow. May you always strike true with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Silence.
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Sylens.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tenakth for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you doomed the entire planet as well.
Oh, shut
Wrong. I don't need a Tenakth army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than
learned
you,
a thing or
hiding
two.
whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship.
Finally one up,
So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable Sylens and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing. Don't be late.
Oh, that felt good. I mean, it would have been interesting to have Regalla on her team, but at the same time, she really gave me no reason to spare her, so... that was a little bit of a tough one. It was
Tilda,
easier to
you there?
spare Olin when I met him,
I
but...
did it. Sylens is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Singularity.
Now that I can fly, I might want to see what else I can do before I head back.
Yeah.
Good day,
Here's
warrior.
Taro
Well,
Keith's
good thing I have a little something called gratitude.
Where's the campfire? Yeah, because it's time to stop and save. I did not expect to get suckered into that mission just like that. But man, that was an awesome fight. As soon as I was able to figure out Regalla, like, I mean, it's been a while since... Yeah, I don't think I've ever really submitted to the actual ways of taking down armored enemies like that. But once I figured out to use acid and then the terror arrows, then I remembered using terror arrows to remove her armor. Once I got her down to nothing, it's just only a matter of time before she was brought low before me. I did not expect her to be so complex though with that bow. I mean, started out with just a spear, then she's pulled out a bow that fired multiple arrows and explosive spikes. Man, that was something else entirely. was not really expecting it. But it was awesome nonetheless. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. The Tenakth are saved. We defeated Hephaestus and his slaughter spine. Varl died at the hands of the Zeniths, and we will get revenge for him when time comes. Yeah, but for the last mission, I might explore a little bit more, who knows. I might take a little bit of a break, because I was not expecting to actually get stuck on this long. I was hoping I could, you know, make some progress with Cauldron Chi, and if I had done that, I probably would have stopped after having that time after Hephaestus, but yeah, that Cauldron Chi apparently was bugged, and I'll probably need to submit a complaint to Gorilla about that one, or like let them know I found that bug, because as soon as I complete the Cauldron, I automatically die. I do not appreciate that. Okay guys, I am done for the day, so I hope y'all enjoyed, and I shall see you all in the next one. What an eventful episode today was, or an eventful session today was. Peace out.